Oh, hello everyone. It has been ages, but I have a reason. So, yesterday my girlfriend Abby posted on her Instagram stories about the new screen time where it monitors how much time you spend on each app. I was curious about the screen time. So, I went into my settings, found my screen time, and I found how much time I spent on Instagram. And I'm not even going to say it because it literally makes me feel like the worst person on the planet. So I started looking into kind of how the screen time app works. I was curious about the screen time. So I went into my settings, found my screen time, and I found how much time I spent on Instagram. And I'm not even going to say it because it literally makes me feel like the worst person on the planet. So I started looking into kind of how the screen time app works. The screen time app is pretty cool because you can set time limits, you can set apps that you don't want to utilize on your phone, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So for fun, I set a 1 hour time limit on all of my social media apps, and it's 15 of my apps. So when I set up my hour for my social media apps, obviously I was already way over an hour. So all my apps were locked, so you can't go into them. You can choose to ignore for 15 minutes or ignore for the hour, but since I'd already hit my hour, I decided not to use them. And then I woke up this morning and my first reaction always is to go on Instagram and look at it. But I knew I only had an hour for the day, so I was like, I'm not gonna ruin my hour now, I'll use it later. Sorry, I'm back. Adam just got home. But I realized all day when I'm bored, I pull up Instagram or Facebook. So when I'm nursing Quinn or when I'm working or things like that. And I was so productive today because I didn't want to waste my precious hour. So it got me thinking, who else uses the screen time app? And what do you use it for? How do you use it? Have you checked to see how long you use Instagram? Curious, take the poll, let me know. So the point of me wanting to use the screen time app is so that I can be intentional about my time. Intentional with my social media use, intentional with when I'm using it, how I'm using it, and that it's not just taking my focus away from something else that needs my time. So that was my whole goal. So the funniest part is while I was recording that last video, my time limit came up and it says you can ignore for 15 minutes or you can just choose to be out of the app. So I ignored it for 15 more minutes, so meaning I'll get another 15 minutes of Instagram time for the day. But it makes you super aware. I have no idea how long this is gonna last. If I put too short of a time limit on or if I'm gonna need longer. Once I get back into blogging, I'll probably need a little bit more. So you might see me a lot or you might not see me that much, but I'm just gonna try to be more intentional.
Morning, everyone. Long time no see. My hour was up last night, so I ran out of time, but I wanted to chat about all of the responses I got to screen time. Some were really interesting. I didn't realize I was gonna cause such a big debate. So first, let me start by saying I am not judging people that spend a lot of time on social media. That was not my intent. I love social media. I'm on it all day, and it was just kind of to create awareness. So please don't think I was judging you if you do use a lot of social media. I wasn't. I mean, I love social media. I'm literally on it all the time. I hope one day to have a business where I'm only on social media. So I hope I didn't offend you guys. I really didn't mean to. So for those that I did, I'm really sorry. That was absolutely not my intent. I think for me, my point of limiting screen time was to just be conscientious of how much time I'm using it. Because I didn't realize that I literally am on social media for 6 hours a day. Yeah, 6 hours, guys. So I think for me, it was just about creating awareness for myself. So while an hour a day might be a drastic change, for a few days, I think it's really good because it helps me just be aware of what I'm using it and what I'm doing and how I'm doing things. And so yeah, 6 hours to 1 is a big change for me.